Wait, I need to switch over. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my Minecraft Let's Play. Today,
God damn, Angel.
last time we left off, here, let me go pop the, there we go. Last time we left off, the gang had just, had a rough morning in the Honeybee Inn in the Big Daddy Suite, by the way. The group had somehow, after getting drunk the night before, they had lost their airship. So Big's going back to get that. He comes back and says that it's been stolen by a very odd bunch of people, a bunch of thieves called Avalanche. And yeah, so they went down to Avalanche's hideout, which wasn't even their hideout because they had barely even left after they went down the manhole. They didn't know where they were. They weren't the brightest of people. Which says a lot about the city for them getting robbed by these idiots. But, yeah, after they had, got the airship back, they then had everything that they needed. And so they are off to the Pendrick Estates, and that is where we left off. You guys are just leaving Midgar about towards the gates, and Biggs takes the little hockey puck that is the airship, and he throws it, onto the airship hangar. And to your very unbelieving eyes, the airship kind of folds once, and then it unfolds twice, and then it just keeps unfolding and unfolding, and then soon you see an airship being like constructed before all of you. And he says, "All right, the Enterprise is all ready to go whenever you all are ready to go."
Oh god, it's been like half a week's.
Good.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, Nyx is probably gonna get on first. Shit, I actually forgot if Nyx is wearing their usual outfit or I think Nyx is wearing the dress. I honestly forgot, but we'll say Nyx is wearing the dress.
Evangeline kind of walks up to you, Nyx, and says, "Are you sure you want to show up in front of your family with, the dress that's all tattered? Do you not want to go and grab another dress?"
Nyx looks at the dress and the freaking looks at the dress, looks at Evangeline and is like, I mean, all things considered, they're probably just gonna have me throw on another one as soon as I get there anyway, and honestly, I honestly don't mind. Actually, wait, hold on. You see Nyx takes off their belt with Rebellion and kind of sets it to the side, sets it to the side, looks and is like, no, I still feel weird without my gun. Grabs it, puts it back on.
We can say that. We could just say that you're holding it for someone. Nah.
That's fair.
But and then eventually, kind of, she kind of does this with her hands, like kind of like this. She's like, well, here, I can only say this. I'm only going to say this one more time, just to, try to get you to reconsider. But I beg that you do, with the whole dress thing. You should, stand before your parents the way that you want to be, instead of, trying to be the person that they want you to be, I really think that you should, reconsider. And if you don't want to, that's fine. I just, think that it would be the right thing.
I do appreciate your input on it all, and all things all things considered, it's not like I don't really enjoy wearing dresses. Honestly, it's fine, but I mean, when you're on the road a lot, it's easier for someone to try and mug someone in a dress than someone who looks more likely that they'll shoot you in the face, if you understand that. That's kind of one reason why I don't always wear dresses, but I mean, it's not like it's uncomfortable. It's a little awkward. I haven't worn one in at least a couple of months, but aside from that, with everything else, I understand your concern, and I don't know, maybe you're right, but I'll think about it. I'll just say that for now.
Okay. Well, whatever decision you come to, I'll respect it. And she kind of takes her spear and then she puts it behind her back to holster it. She's been holding onto it the whole time, like pretty much like using it as like a walking stick kind of thing. But she takes it and puts it behind her back. And yeah, she climbs up onto the airship with you, and so does Biggs and Wedge. Well, I mean, Biggs was already up there. He's about to start piloting the airship, but Wedge walks up there with Evangeline as well. And you guys, Vesta and Franklin, I assume you're gonna head up on the airship with them as well?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Alrighty. Alright. Let me cue up the soundtrack. What the fuck? Wait, there we go. No, there we go.
I've got to feed my daughter. She's gonna pester me for the next hour, so I'll be right back.
Alright, that's fine. Alright. Let me actually change the token. Change the token. And add that to the map. Alright, there we go. We got an airship token. Alright, yeah. So, wait, can y'all see it?
I can.
Alright. And y'all can't see the pirate ship anymore, right?
No, sir.
Alrighty. So, yeah. The Enterprise kind of flaps out its wings. The sails also kind of straighten out, like it's not crumpled together anymore. The wind takes the topsail up, and y'all start moving. The turbines start flowing, and you all start heading towards the estate. Finally leaving Midgar. And as you all leave Midgar, Biggs kind of points out, and you guys are like several feet up in the air. He points down and says, "Hey, everybody, take a look at the city while we're leaving it."
I'm back.
Oh wait,
Welcome back.
wait, when did wait, you left?
Yeah, my thing dropped out right after I just got done talking.
Oh. Okay. All right, got it. And here, let me turn off streaming mode because I never know. Because yeah, I can't hear. All right. And there we go. All right. Cool. So I should be able to hear whenever anybody goes out. Alright, but basically what I was saying was I was describing that the turbines start twirling and the wings start flapping out, and Biggs, when he gets up really high up in the air, he kind of says, "Hey, everybody, look down at the city while we're leaving it. It's a pretty nice sight." And if you guys do, you see that it's just this big circular city that's like, you can see it's divided up into the 4 quadrants with the big tower in the center, and you can see everything from this really high up view, and it's very industrialized. Oh,
We lost.
Oh.
Hey, welcome back.
hi there.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why you're doing this to me.
You're fine, don't worry. If
At least it wasn't that long this time.
yeah, it's fine if you drop out. It's all good. You can't. It's beyond your control. So I don't mind pausing, waiting for you to come back. Now that I can actually hear when you actually drop, so I can stop.
Yeah.
Let me get my cat out of here. He keeps on jumping and knocking stuff down.
Do cats count as technical difficulties in this case?
I think so.
He knocked down my stuff.
Some kind of difficulty.
Yeah.
Hi. Alright.
Hi.
Here, let me go back to the song and rewind. It's rewind time.
It's hot.
Alright. Yeah, so pretty much I was just describing how the city looked. It's you can all see the circular city. It's the top part of it, like where the tower is in the center, it's covered, surrounded by clouds. But yeah, and you all make your way across the mountains and away from Midgar to the Pendrick estate. Upon entering the land of Pendrika, you can see that there is just a crap ton of, there's not much around here. There's just a bunch of flat lands, a couple of mountains, hills, and everything. But in the middle of one of these flat areas, you can see a gigantic mansion. You have the main, building that towers up, and then you have the 2 smaller sections that also kind of tower up, but not too much. I don't have a picture to show you all, but think of the Buckingham Palace. That's pretty much what I think of.
Nice.
It's just this huge goddamn house, and across the little mountains that's past the Pendrick estate, that's like about north, you can all see the base and the tip of the crystal tower. It's just a gigantic spire made of light blue crystalline crystals, and there is no particular airship landing, but we'll say that Biggs wants to land somewhere outside of the area where it's not too far to walk. It's not that far of a walk, so about, I'd say, half a mile away, because he doesn't want to get noticed by them and probably get shot down. So yeah, they drop down, and Biggs says, "Alright, everybody, this is where we're gonna have to stop our voyage for now, because I don't want to, get spotted and then they'll be expecting us and all that kind of stuff, and possibly get shot down. And I can't afford to lose another airship, not until we get to, until we get to Cornelia."
Once we're inside, I'll be sure that at least someone can be around to at least know that it's going to be here and not try anything brash while searching the grounds or anything like that. But just don't punch anyone.
Wait, who were you talking to?
Biggs.
He says, What? I don't want. No, I would never do such things. But yeah, no. All right. I'll get the fuck out. I need to pack it up before we, leave. We don't want this thing to stay here and get, blown up by anything. Looks towards you, Nyx.
Okay, first off, rude. Secondly, I'm probably not going to be holding on to most of my accessories to begin with.
Oh.
Worst case scenario, they're probably going to get scrapped by my parents. Best case scenario, my father's probably going to lock it in his study.
How about we do none of those, and you can store them in the bushes here. They're on there somewhere.
Counter offer. Turns to Franklin. You mind holding on to most of my stuff?
Become your valet.
Well, no, it's just I'd rather have it nearby and with someone that I can trust rather than hidden in the bushes where the guards will probably find it and show my parents.
I mean, I don't mind carrying stuff. How much is it? Like, how much stuff do you have?
Oh, not much. Sets the bag of grenades down, which there are only 2 at this point. Along with the Nyx's the grenades, Nyx's toolkit, all that is kind of like in a bag. Takes Bright Eye off their shoulder, kind of sets it with the stuff. I mean, that's it for the most part. Actually, wait, do I have 2 bombs? No, I do, because the one of them was the sleep grenade. That's right. So yeah, 2 bombs, tools, the rifle, and for now, Nyx is going to keep. Rebellion on their belt on the side, and then is going to take the smaller pistol and that Nyx may or may not have nicked off of a dead body. And strap it somewhere hidden. We'll just say that. I'm not sure where, but somewhere hidden.
You hide it in your shoe?
Yeah. We'll say hide it in the shoe.
You better hope you don't get searched, Franklin.
Franklin's just like holding all this stuff, and he's like, "All right, well, I think we're good to go now."
Also, don't worry. Don't worry. Everything should be stable. And I know I say that a lot, and things may not be, but in this case, these things won't go off until you purposefully activate the charge. So you'll be fine.
Okay.
And the safety's off, turned on the rifle, so you won't be shooting anything off.
Thank God.
I'm not an idiot.
Alright, so what's our plan of attack once we get in there?
Well, what time of day is it right now? Out of curiosity.
Y'all left Midgar in about the early morning, so it's about 11 o'clock ish, because I mean it was around 8, and you guys had to make sure you guys got over those mountains safely, so he kind of went a little slower than usual, so it took about 2 hours to get here. So yeah, about 11
Okay.
a.m.
Well, guess there really is no other way to do this than just walk up to the front door.
Alright.
Alright. Big says, alright then, since we're quite a ways away from the actual castle, we might need to get a little bit of assistance. And he pulls out a little whistle, and he goes like, well, I can't whistle. Pretend it's a very awesome whistle that I know how to do. But he pulls out a whistle and just and blows into it, and you can see 4 chocobos come up to you guys.
Yo.
Oh, that's definitely going to make things a little easier.
And that's, yep. So yeah, there's 4 chocobos, enough for Biggs, Wedge, Nyx, Vesta. Oh no, I said 5, so, and then Ruvik. And Biggs says to you, Franklin, I believe that you also have a steed of your own.
Indeed I do. I'll summon Perseus.
Alright, so yeah, there's this, we'll just say that to summon Perseus, it's like a chocobo whistle, but like, it's like a silver color. And so yeah, you blow into it, and Perseus kind of, I'm gonna describe this, it's gonna be very odd. Alright, so he kind of pops into existence, but not like just pop in, but like you see feathers fly everywhere, and it's like this magical glow, and it looks like he's exploding, but not really. So he appears before you, and he's like,
Well,
Alright.
here we go.
No time like the present.
alright. Alright, so yeah, you guys hop up on your chocobo, and you guys arrive at the Pandric estate. As you guys are kind of like running on your chocobos, it's obvious as to where the gate is, so you guys kind of just pull up into the gate, and at the front of the gate is a guard, and he says, halt, halt. What do y'all do? Y'all gonna halt, or y'all gonna keep going?
No. Oh, I think we'll hold.
No, we'll halt.
Okay. Halt. Do I know you? I know you lot? Well, speak up.
Y'all wanna...
Alright. Well, if you guys intend on staying silent the whole time, then I guess you guys can just go back to wherever it is you came from.
Nyx just kind of lets out a sigh and goes, "They're with me." Just kind of walks the chocobo a little bit forward so the guards can see him.
And at first they look at you and they're like, who about you? And you can see that their faces kind of like light up in like alarm, but also excitement, and they're just like, he kind of looks to you, and then he looks to the group, and he says, "What are you doing here with her? Miss, you gotta come along with me."
Is that really how you're supposed to treat the daughter of the Pendricks?
Yes. If it's imperative for you to, you know, return home, yes, I must return you home safely.
Very well, but my compatriots here must also be allowed to enter as well, for I wouldn't have made it this far without them.
Kind of looks at the other group and he says, what's with the scruffy looking man there?" Looks to you, Franklin. Why does he have to come? He looks like he's bad news.
Okay.
First off, that is Franklin Vialis. Secondly, he is also one of the Warriors of Light.
I'm sorry, did you say Vialis?
Did I stutter?
What are you lot? This is so confusing. Open the gates, Roger. No, I don't care. Just open the damn gates. We need to let these guys in. And then you can see, you can see the gate, made of gold, obviously. It opens up, and you can see that it's like, it looks like it's like one of those circular driveways that, you know, olden like mansions used to have. And it says, alright, just pull up there with your chocobos. Usually a horse and buggy would be, or I'm sorry, a chocobo and buggy would be pulling up around this area. Because cars don't exist. Not yet. But yeah, yeah. You guys are free to go in. And he says, don't do anything crazy.
Yeah, like I haven't heard that before. I'd start ushering my chocobo to make its way in.
What? Oh, 1 second.
This is already going so fucking well. For a second, I couldn't tell if he was ready to smack a cat or smack his brother.
Like, no, you're gonna keep on knocking stuff down. Alright, sorry, I returned. And yeah, the gate is open all for you to walk in, and yeah, and there's just this. Think of Noctis's castle. How there's just this walk. I mean, like there's this big road that is like circular, and then there's like a big staircase. You can see a bunch of guards, like about 6 guards up there, and a couple of guards that are looking down on the actual, you know, pavement. So,
yeah. As soon as we get to as soon as we park the chocobos, Nyx immediately dismounts.
And yeah, so Nyx, you dismount, and immediately the guards kind of walk up to you and says, "All right, who are you? Why did they let you in?"
Really, over almost a year, and you don't even recognize me.
I don't remember anything. Do you, Alex? Not really. I don't know who this person is.
Wow. I go missing for about a year, and the guards forget me. That is such a shame. What would my father think of this?
What, did you work here? Did your father work here too? That's, I mean, yeah, but I mean, I don't go about learning about my compatriots that much.
I'm Artemis Pendrick, you twit.
Really? You don't look like no Artemis Pendrick. Artemis Pendrick has long hair.
Is that really all you remember about me, is just having long hair? Really?
Yes, and also you had, Artemis Pendrick had brown hair as well. Isn't that right, Roger? Yes, it is, Alex.
Look, just get my father or my brother Orion. It just.
Well, I mean, the master is, is busy right now, but I'll go get someone second in command, I guess.
No, you better hurry then.
And who are you to be giving me orders? I don't know who you are. Anyway, he kind of leaves. Alright, here, really quickly, before I actually do that, let me make sure I got the names right. I gotta make sure I get their names right.
I honestly don't remember what names I gave the parents.
Oh wait, I don't think you did.
No, I did.
You did?
No, I did. It was in the Rogue Daughter episode.
I have it right here. Alistair and Eliza.
Could you guys go? Do you mind typing that in the chat?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Shard has a chat.
Shard has a chat now.
Yeah.
I think that was what their names were, at least.
That sounds about right.
Alistair. Oh god, that sounds so fancy.
Alistair Modi.
Alistair crazy. Alright. Alright, yeah. And yeah. So Alexander, we'll say them both kind of leave upstairs, and he says, "Look," and he says to the other guards that are standing up on the staircase, he says, "Look after these dimwits, will you? I need to go and grab some random person she claims she knows." Yeah, I'll keep an eye on them. And they kind of aim their crossbows at you. They all aim their crossbows at you, but they're not gonna, they're not gonna shoot. They're just aiming. All right, and
Nyx is gonna look to the gang as like, okay, normally I'd be very happy they didn't recognize me, but god damn.
It's only been a year.
It's like
I
he's making
know.
what your haircut is.
Oh, I mean, like, I also had different colored hair, but I mean, you'd think they'd never heard of hair dye. Actually, I'm pretty sure my father hasn't, but.
you can hear one of the guards calls out, "I don't know what that dye is, but I know that if you make another step, you will become dye."
Wow, they have very, very bad insults too. Seriously. Are you new? Like, how long have you been working here?
For about 16 years, why?
Oh my god.
Oh, well, that's bullshit.
Listen here, I'm not here to argue the semantics of, certain things, so just sit there and don't be weird. I need to watch over you. Please, why isn't he not back yet? So yeah, did you guys want to make any other conversation stuff before I pull out the ace?
Not really.
I think I'm good.
Alright, and after about, I'd say about 10 to 15 minutes of waiting, you can see the two guards come out, and you see a person. That's it. That's the end of the session. But I'm just kidding now. You hear footsteps coming down. It sounds kind of like high heels, but not really. They're more like light boots. And she says, "Oh God, why must you have to drag me down here?" And you can see it's a woman who has brown hair and tealish green eyes, and she kind of looks to the group and says, "Is this the group?" And at this point she's like very far away. So then she walks up and she says, she's just kind of stunned as she got closer. "Artemis?"
Hello, Mother.
She kind of walks forward very, very slowly, and she goes in for a hug, and she just like grabs you tightly, and she says, "Where have you been? We've looked everywhere for you."
You can see that Nyx is like very surprised for a second. Wraps their arms around their mother and goes, "It's a long story."
And then she kind of is breathing hard. You can hear she's sobbing behind your ear. "Tell me everything. Tell me. Like about why would you run away?" And
I will, but before we do, I'd like to introduce you to some compatriots that I've kind of met. Turns to the group. These my friends, Franklin, Vesta, Ruvik, Evangeline. Is Biggs and Wedges there too, right?
yes.
Yeah. So basically, Nyx just kind of introduces everyone and goes, "Everyone, this is my mother."
Hello there, lot. How fares you?
We're good. So lovely to meet you.
Likewise. Were you the ones who brought my daughter back to me?
I think yeah, but she wanted to. It's not like we were, the ones who decided we were coming back. My point is, she wanted to see you.
She shakes her head and she says, "Well, it's a little bit hot out here. How about you all come in and I'll make you some tea?"
Sure.
"Alex, watch the outside." "Yes, ma'am." And yeah, so she kind of she has her hand around your back, Nyx, and she takes you up the staircase. And everybody, you are welcome to follow.
I think we all will.
All right, yeah. Upon entering the estate, you can see it's a very big house. It's Franklin, you know a little bit about how, mansions work. So, I mean, this is nothing new to you, but this is the biggest that you have seen. And as for you, Vesta, you think that this is, well, I don't know what you think, but like this is like as big as a goddamn small city. And this is all one big house.
Sounds about right.
But yeah, you can see the whole the walls are decorated with this white marble color with the gold accents all across it. Pillars every now and then not appear. I mean, they don't just come out of nowhere. They just come into your view, and they support the very high ceiling. And yeah, you are all in the estates. And Artemis, not Eliza, Eliza guides you all to the lounging area, where there's a fireplace, like about 3, maybe 4 bookshelves, just loaded down with books, and a couple of seats not quite a bit of a few seats, like 8 seats that are very luxurious looking, made of this fine leather. And yes, and she says, "Please sit."
Nick sits down.
Right.
It's a color suit.
Okay. And she says, "All right. Well, as you all know, I'm Artemis's mother. My name is Eliza. You may call me. And I just want to say thank you all for bringing back my daughter."
Yeah, of course.
Well, more like guiding her back. Now, she sits next to you, Nix, and she says, "Now, would you mind, telling me why you left and why? I mean, your hair." Did he disconnect? Uh-oh.
Still here, but silent, I think.
Yeah.
I think he...
Thank you, Sir Connor.
Oh.
Dan? I think he got... Here, we'll wait. It's fine. Well, that's a thunderstorm. The storm gods are angry. The storm gods are angry with me. That was a sick catch, though.
That was.
I'm sorry, I left the long pauses in this room.
No.
Also, when you're done, I actually do need your help. The screen, as I told you when Colin was here, the monitor.
1 second.
It's being extremely freaking weird. Like when I.
Ourselves on the stream. Well, why y'all all laughing at me?
Are you just your brother's IT guy?
Huh?
Are you just your brother's IT guy?
Yeah, that's who I've become. I fixed my family's printer. They didn't know how to work their printer, so I had to fix it for them. I was like, "Hey, I fixed your printer. You're welcome." But yeah, all right. All right. At what point do you last remember, Dan? Before you dropped?
Just like we just sat down
Okay, cool.
in the lounge.
All right, cool. Let me replay the track. Start from the bottom. Now we're here. All right. So yeah, she sits you all down and she says, "I want to first thank you for guiding my daughter back to me." But anyways, she looks to you next and she says, "Now, I would appreciate it if you told me why did you leave? And what happened? Your hair is all."
I know, but I never intended to be gone for long, and That night, I did sneak out of the estate and out into the grounds. Afterwards, I was captured by bandits. I don't exactly know what they wanted, but they kept my eyes covered for the longest time. I remember being in a carriage. I remember hearing drifts of conversation, but next thing I know, I was in a city unknown to me, and it took me days before I managed to find a way to escape, and by that point, I was well out of Shinra. I was in a whole new continent that was completely unknown to me. And I've tried to spend the last year being able to find any way of getting back, and any time I've even tried mentioning our family name, it led to nothing of good intentions. So I had to learn to hide myself from who I was. And wasn't until not too long ago when I ran into this group here and made my way back.
I see. Well, what made you want to leave the estate in the first place? You know, your father, I mean, he was worried about you, and yeah, he does not show his emotion that much, but it still meant a great deal to him.
I wish I could tell you that I remember, Mother, but this whole past year has been so much of a blur that I don't even truly remember what my original intentions were for leaving the estates.
Well, I'm happy you're back. We looked for you for months. We either assumed that you had fled to the other side of the world, or you died. I hope it wasn't. I had hoped that it wasn't the latter, but as you know, the search went on, we lost hope. We thought that you had passed on, or something got you and killed you, or something. So, I mean, I'm glad you're home.
I am too, Mother.
Now, as for your father, he has some words for you, but I'm sure he'll be delighted to know that you're home.
Is Ryan still here?
Orion? Oh yes. He's not here at the moment. He went, out of the area for a little bit. Went over to Nars to grab some supplies.
I see. I'd very much like to see him when he gets back.
Well, I mean, you're home now, so I mean, I don't think you'll have to worry about not seeing him anymore.
I suppose not.
Welcome home.
Thank you.
and she calls out and she says, "Reginald." "Yes, my lady." "Go fetch my husband, will you?" "Right away, my lady." And yeah, the guard turns around and he heads to a direction. he heads. I guess that you guys went in. You're on the west wing. He went over eastward. And she says, "Oh wait, let me make you that tea." And yeah, she gets up, and after I'd say about 5 minutes or so, you all I mean, unless you guys wanted to do any dialogue in between.
I definitely would.
All right.
As soon as Nyx's mother leaves, they're gonna turn to everyone who's like, "Okay, what the fuck's going on here?"
I'm guessing your mother is not usually that nice.
No. This is.
Does she have?
Sorry, go ahead.
That's just gonna say, does she have a reason? Put on a facade?
I mean, reputation, maybe? Just. But. I don't know, this is just all very confusing and weird and.
Well, Evangeline kind of speaks up and she says, "Well, I mean, you have been gone for like a year. I mean, I'm pretty sure the stiffest of parents will, you know, break down a little bit after seeing their child." I'm not too sure though. I don't know much about that kind of thing.
I mean, maybe, yes. But. I mean, they still had Orion.
Yeah, but they didn't have you.
This is just all very, very weird and confusing.
Do you think your father will be the same way?
Probably not, if anything, not, but he'll at least be the person to talk to in regards to the crystal.
Well, I'm not sure why she seems to want to put on this show for us. But, I mean, just speaking from an outsider's perspective, she seems...
Well, let's just see how my father will react when he gets in here. That's about it for me. Well, I mean, my camera's not on, so.
Yeah, you could. Alright. Is that it for everybody else?
Yep.
Alright, and yeah, she comes back with tea. You can see this, just this, she comes back with one plate of tea, but then she has another, like, butler carrying the other thing, because there's a lot of you. And yeah, she puts it on the table and she says, "Alright, there's some tea. I don't know what you guys like in it, so I have some accessories here. You got some sugar and some milk if you are a milk drinker." And she kind of chuckles to herself.
Can I make an insight check?
No, yeah, sure. Go ahead and make an insight check. And if you guys are welcome to make your own.
Oh shit!
You guys are not required to make your own. Okay, so what are you trying to find out?
I'm trying to see if she's actually being sincere in all this.
From what you can tell, yes, she is being sincere. She feels, you can tell that she had been she mourns, kind of, while you were missing, and you can tell from her face that she's genuinely happy that you have arrived back home.
Okay, this is just making me as a player confused.
Maybe she's just happy she'll settle back in her own ways back when, when you're around longer. I mean, no matter how bad the parent, I'm pretty sure if your kid goes missing for a while, you'd still, kind of be a little sensitive to it, or.
Probably soften them up, yeah.
What?
All right. Well.
Yeah, she's just genuinely happy that you've returned. But yeah, so she says, all right, feel free to dig in. And she says your father should be coming down soon, so prepare. So yeah, she picks up the cup and she drinks the tea, and yeah, so about a good few more minutes go by, and you hear footsteps coming down. They're a little fast, like not like running fast, but they're like a kind of aggressive. And he says, you can see that there is a person that you recognize, Nix, but you guys just see as a regular person. And he walks in front of you all and says, "What in seven hell?" And he looks over to you and he says, "Oh, so you finally decided to return, eh?"
Hello, father.
Hello, daughter. I assume you have some sort of explanation as to why you left, or why you were missing. Darling, our daughter has returned to us. So let's at least, if you're not happy, then at least try. And he kind of sits down on the kind of like larger chair that's there, and he says, and he like puts his feet up. He's like doing this thing here, where he does this, and he like leans back, and he's like, "So, go on. Why have you been? What persuaded you to leave?"
God damn.
I was taken by bandits, father. Not like I chose to be missing for an entire year.
So bandits snuck into the estate, the heavily guarded estate as well, at that, and then they took you away.
I will admit, I was outside of the estates, on the outskirts of the grounds at the time, but essentially, yes.
Then why in the seven hells are you outside of the estate at nighttime? You know that that's forbidden hours.
I know, father.
Well, I have to admit that you did give me a bit of a scare. We did look for you, but I mean, welcome home. And I assume you didn't come here for, the sappy semantics. I assume you would want something.
Not me personally, father, but some of the individuals here are the warriors of light.
Oh, really now? You lot of the warriors of light? Well, he kind of does like the chin on his hand on his chin, and he says, "Aren't the warriors of light supposed to be carrying, crystals?"
I still have my earring on.
Well, I mean, see, here's the thing. With crystals, with the Warriors of Light's crystals, they don't always like shine brightly, or else you guys would have gone blind by now. It's only like whenever you expose your crystals or try to shoot the light into another crystal where they'll light up. That, or if the gods are angry and you hear the voice again, that's when they start to light up.
Okay.
They're not always glowing. That would hurt a lot.
Especially you, Vesta, because yours is a freaking earring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nyx is just going to turn to their father and is like, I have seen their work over in Dune. I assure you that they are the Warriors of Light.
Alright, and what would the Warriors of Light be doing here? Apart from, special trading agreements from here to Cornelia and Bermesia, what business would you have with me? Aside from bringing my daughter home, of course.
Nyx turns to Franklin.
Okay. We're in search of the wind crystal, sir.
The wind crystal?
Hmm.
Now, you do understand what the wind crystal means to this land and to our family, right?
Yes, sir. And I assure you, we're not trying to take it or damage it or anything like that. In fact, the opposite. I don't know if you're aware of the world falling into shit, but we're just here to restore light to the wind crystal and the crystal tower.
As much as you claim to be Warriors of Light, I still can't allow random people who just show up to my door that my daughter can vouch for to, just go into our family inheritance. That crystal has been in our family for years, decades, centuries even. And I can't just let you all, until you all can prove to me that you are the Warriors of Light, then I cannot allow you entrance to the Crystal Tower.
Would it help to see our crystal?
I'd very much like to see it, as I've stated before.
Shows off the handle of the blade.
Vesta will take out her earring and hold it on the palm of her hand.
Nyx does nothing.
And I'm just, again, Ruvik, excuse me, he opens his mouth. I'm just kidding, no. He pulls out his necklace. Remember, because Ruvik said he wanted to have it in his mouth, but I was like, no, it's too, that's going to sound, I'm just going to skip over that. No, he pulls out his necklace, and you, as you lift your sword up, Franklin, you can see your crystal glows brightly. And so does yours, Vesta. Glows a bright yellow, and Ruvik glows a nice, delicious red color. And he looks, and he says, Now, I know that there is... Okay, you guys have proven yourselves. But isn't there supposed to be a fourth? I mean, the legend does say that there are 4 Warriors of Light. 4 of them. So there's supposed to be a wind one with you all. Is there not?
Next.
Wait,
Nyx
Go now.
Nyx reluctantly sighs and pulls out the locket that the crystal is a part of.
Alright, and yeah. So, yeah, the thing glows with a bright green color. You can see kind of magical green energy looking like wind gales coming out of it. And your father Alistair looks towards that and he says, what in the 7 hells? You mean to tell me that the reason why you left here is so you can go frattering about as a warrior of light?
I never said that, Father. I told you. I was kidnapped by bandits.
And so, how did you come across this crystal here? Did you steal it? There's no way you could become a
No.
warrior of light.
Father, this is the same crystal that I've had a part of my locket for the last 5 years.
That can't be. If it were, why hasn't it glowed in the last 5 years?
I do not know.
Well, I guess I can't argue with what I see in front of me. You three are welcome into the Crystal Tower. But before you all do, you must know a few things. Artemis, we shall speak later. And he gets up and he walks and he says, "You three," points to you, Vesta, and you, Franklin and Ruvik, with me.
All right.
And yeah. And yeah, so you all, I'm assuming you all get up and follow him.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, so he leads you all into a room on the west side. Right, it's a little closer to the fireplace, and you can see as he walks in, he lights one of the the candles that are at the entrance, and you can see this big wooden table, and it's a wood carving of the entire world. It's like this 3D kind of thing. You can see the actual mountains are, carved, and the actual crystal tower you can see is just this little figurine kind of tower thing that he put up there. He says, "All right," and he closes the door. "Come on in."
Do so.
Now, if you all are trying to restore light, and yes, I do know about what was going on. If you guys are trying to restore light to the wind crystal, there's something you must know. Recently, we have had developments from the crystal tower saying that a force of some sort has been taking over it, and thus not allowing guards or the weekly patrol to go inside of said tower. It's blocked off by these 4 gateways that you're not allowed to pass through. This force, has somehow put up a barrier, 4 separate barriers of some sort. And if you want entry to the Crystal Tower, then you must find a way to get past these barriers. Got that?
I
think so.
What else do you know about these barriers? What do they look like?
They're more like walls on the side. Okay, the entrance to the Crystal Tower usually was blank. There's just one big walkway to the tower staircase. But recently, there have been 2 walls put up to create this magical field that no one can pass through. And there are 4 of these that lead up all the way to the Crystal Tower's entrance. And so, whatever this thing is, they put that there to keep us out. And we must find a way you must find a way to break down these barriers and get into the tower so that you can restore the light to the crystals.
Okay. Seems easy enough. Of course, it's probably not as easy as saying it, but
yeah, no,
we should
we've
be able
been
to.
we've been trying to break down these barriers for the last month or so, since things have started stirring up. Well, I retcon that. I say 3 weeks for the last 3 weeks. For the last 3 weeks, we've been trying to break down these barriers, and we have had no luck. The only thing we could ever find that was helpful to us was that they're elementally locked, meaning that these gates are attuned to different elements, such as fire, wind, earth, and water. So that must be a little bit of a help.
Yeah. Well, we'll probably be able to figure something out.
Yeah. The guards might have more insight on what's going on, so if you ever see them, talk to them. Maybe they can shed more insight. Maybe they've come up with a new way of getting in there, or maybe they found out some new information that they haven't relayed to me yet.
All right.
All right.
There anything else, Alistair?
Nothing much. Just don't get yourselves killed. We kind of need you. You're too bloody useful.
We won't. Probably.
We'll do our best.
All right. And then he walks over to the doorway, hands behind his back, and he says, "All right, be about it on your journey."
All right. Thank you so much.
And he doesn't say anything. He just walks out the door. And yeah. And as he's walking out the door, he sees you, Artemis, and he says, "With me." Oh, did he? Oh.
Or, I'm sorry, it kind of glitched for a second. Mind repeating that?
Oh yes, I said. He looks towards you and he says, "You don't have to go with them. You stay here. Come with me."
Nyx kind of lets out a small bit of a sigh, gets up, sets their cup of tea down, and follows Baba.
Alright. And that's it. The Eliza is gonna, and we'll cut to the three, and we'll say that Eliza sees you all coming out, and she says, "You off then?"
Yeah, we're gonna go restore light to the crystal.
Alright. Alright, well, whatever advancements you find out there, come back and relay it so that we may allow Artemis back there, because, I mean, it is the wind crystal after all, so you guys are gonna need your wind person.
Of course.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright. Be about it then. And we will hope for your return.
Thank you so much for your hospitality and the tea.
Thank you. It's my special recipe. Everyone likes it here.
It's not bad. Yeah.
And then you guys all feel a little fuzzy feeling in your heads, and then you all collapse. I'm just kidding. No. No. Yeah. There's nothing in the tea, as far as you know. But yeah. So, the guards kind of show you the way out, and he says, "Through this way." And you all are outside of the building now. And we'll cut back over to Nyx. Alistair leads you up to your room, and he says, no, can't. The last time I was in here was the time where I was looking for you that morning when you disappeared. It's weird to be back in here. I'm sure it must be weird for you as well.
It's strange, for sure, after not having to see it for a year, but I'm sure it'll be a comfort.
I would hope so. Anyways, your friends are out there about to survey the area before entering in. I know you're kind of needed there. Oh, did he get got? Oh, he got. No!
Got yo.
Okay, thank God that was a quick one.
Hiya.
Hi.
You're all good. You're all good. And yeah, he pretty much says that, well, while your friends are out there surveying, you can roam about the castle, because I know they're gonna need you for actually restoring the light. But for now, we can wait for your brother to get here.
Very well.
All right. And he walks out.
Nyx will slowly reach their hand to the door handle and open the door.
All right. Yeah. You open up your the room to your door. Yep, the door to your room, and you can see it's the exact same as it was when you left. It's the exact same smells, the exact same placement of items. You can see that, the bed is still unmade. Because I assume, when you went outside, I'm sure you didn't make your bed before you left, so.
No.
The bed is still unmade. Everything is just the way it was when you left.
Yeah. Nyx is going to kind of look around the room a little bit. Kind of in, like, it's just one of those nostalgia memory lane kind of moments where Nyx is kind of looking at all the different things in the room. The small little table for makeup with the mirror stand out, the wardrobe of clothes, the bed itself. Just kind of look at it, and while there are some memories that pertain to being in the room, at this point it almost feels a little foreign to them, as it has been a long time since Nyx has been in not just the room but the estate itself. And it's just kind of a moment of would the words awkward nostalgia work for this moment?
Yeah. Familiarity, it's like, I guess, how did you get back here? You never thought you would ever get back here, I guess. Is that kind of how you feel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Afterwards, Nyx is gonna take off their belts with Rebellion, because that's still been on this entire time.
Oh, it was? Ah, Jesus! Oh man, if I would have, God damn it, I had forgotten about that. If I would have known, I would have had him address that.
Yeah,
Damn it.
I mean, we can retcon it.
Nah, I mean, it's over now. I guess we'll just say that
Yeah.
you're valeting for somebody. I guess that's what he thinks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nyx is just gonna take the belt off, shove it all onto the bottom of the floor under the bed.
Okay.
And probably just kind of spend a little bit of time trying to familiarize with everything that's kind of in the room and within the estate itself.
And as you're looking out and looking around, you hear a familiar voice. It says, "About time you finally arrived back here." And
I turn to the sound of the voice.
and it's not who you thought it was. It's the Grenadier of Darkness.
I frown and I'm like, the hell are you doing here?
I told you that was watching everything. I watched every single move that the group has made, and so have my teammates. But I'm only here to talk. I'm only here to talk. No need to get hostile. I just wanted to see this place once more. I mean, God, it's been a while.
Somehow I doubt that.
Think what you want. But I mean, a lot has happened. A lot has happened. Oof. You can see that they kind of sit down, kind of like their back against the door, and they're just like, "Well, I just came to see how you were faring, and so, how are you faring?"
Isn't trying to have a conversation with someone that's supposed to be your enemy a bit cliche?
Who said you were my enemy? I'm you. Why would I be enemies with myself? Not be weird. I don't know what stuff you're into, but I mean, I'm not your enemy. Oh, you're thinking of the time in the Temple of Karn. Okay, well, yeah, we did get off on a little bit on the wrong foot there, but you see, you probably won't believe. Yeah, I know you won't believe me, but it was for a purpose. But I mean, hey, up until now, the fire crystal is still safe. I had said that I only wanted a little bit of the light, and so I took a little bit of the light. But have things changed? Nah, because your light is yours and everybody else, and your other teammates. Your light is way stronger than what we could ever take away. And so we just needed a little bit to kickstart our crystals and put them back into, balance. I mean, I love my world as well.
If you really are me, and to that extent I still call bullshit,
Mm-hmm.
then who is the one person out of this entire planet that we truly care about?
You can see them look down, and they do they kind of wipe their eye a little bit, and they say, "That's our stupid head of a brother, Orion. Gods, how long has it been since I've seen him?" I mean, after everything that happened, I don't know what happened to him.
What do you mean?
Well, do you want to know why darkness has been coming to your world? And that's because the strongest enemy that we've ever fought, the Dragon Queen, She escaped from our world to make herself stronger and use the light from these crystals to power herself. And in doing that, she nearly doomed the whole planet. And so that's why we came here, because everyone we knew, everyone we loved, all the places that we've been has been brought to ruin. And before we left, I haven't had a chance to visit this place anymore. So who knows how my mother, our mother, well, nothing happened to you yet. Who knows what happened to my father and to Orion.
You mean to tell me that you never got a chance to restore the crystal?
She was too fast. It wasn't slow like yours. She's from our world, and so it's going to take her a little longer to absorb light from these crystals and for these crystals to give out. I only wish that we would have sooner saw who it was, so at least then we can come here and put an end to it.
You mean to tell me that as soon as you knew that the wind crystal was in Shinra, you never made it your choice, made it a choice to come here?
Again, it was taken faster than what we could ever do. She became strong. She became way stronger. Don't know how. We had her. But then she ran, and immediately things just started to happen very, very fast. The world started to crumble. The plates that formed the continents, they started to break apart. Parts of Midgar are just gone everywhere. But she left only one thing behind. She left a rift. She left something that we can pass through. And as soon as we saw the opportunity, we had no idea how long that rift was going to stay open. But we saw an opportunity to finally get her. Because we knew that she wasn't strong in another world. So we came here immediately as we saw it. I didn't have time to even go and check. But and then she they kind of wipe their face as they are speaking. And she looks down. Look, I don't really care about, everything. I just want to make sure that my crew, and most importantly, my family, no matter how much of a dick father and mother were, I still want them to at least be alive and be safe. Especially
So you've forgiven Father after everything he's done?
When the world is at stake, and you think that the world is going to end, you'll forgive anybody. But if we find a way, I'll make sure that I'll spend every last moment alive, making sure that they're all okay. And that includes this little thing that I whipped up before I left. And they pull out the darkened Bright Eye, and you can see, darkened Rebellion, and you can see it's pretty much the same pistol that you've made, but it has a few upgrades. Oh yeah, did I ever mention that your expertise in this kind of stuff, it really starts to take off after you restore the crystal. but with Midgar, with the help of Midgar and everything.
Nyx takes a look at their counterparts and then kind of turns back to the window to look out on the estate and kind of, as they do, says, I don't entirely agree with how you and your group have gone through things, or even naming yourselves Warriors of Darkness, but if what you're saying is true, then the actions that I've taken, the actions that me and my friends have already taken, lead to a possibility that your time may never have actually happened.
Not necessarily. It's not like we share the same time. It's not like I'm you from the future. It's more like our worlds are parallel. They're the same, but then again not. That's why they're in your world, and there's no such thing as the Dragon Queen. There's no such thing as, a lot of the stuff that, we know of. Like, have you ever heard of Junon? It's this...
Have I?
To your knowledge, no. I won't make you roll for that. No, that, yeah, that you've never heard of that. And they say, yeah, it's this massive cannon that's nearly the size of Midgar itself. It's a very large cannon, and we have that. It's in the center of Midgar, attached to the tower. And I don't think you have seen that. Things are
the Tower of Midgar has a giant fucking cannon.
Yeah, in my world. Because, if you would have saw it, you would have known what it was if you were there in Midgar. I don't think you've seen it because it doesn't exist. Along with the other things that we, found out that are new here. But, as I said, it's the same, but different. We just had a little bit more time. I've had more time to upgrade my stuff. I've had time to become strong. Before Dragon Queen became super powerful, she was just a regular bandit that we fought here and there. And us, the Warriors of Light, we did everything we could to stop them from stealing from the poor, or just stealing in general, and wreaking havoc everywhere. She burned a few villages or two, but, it was nothing that we couldn't stop. But then she found the crystal. So yeah. Now you know. So, I hope, even though you may not agree with a lot of the stuff that we have done, which is, fought you. That was also bad. And sorry for also, calling out to you. I know that must have hurt. But we really do mean well. And the reason why we named ourselves Warriors of Darkness is because, we don't want to mix each other up. If they see me, they want to know, and they don't want to think that I'm a Warrior of Light. I'm not from here. That's you.
Maybe the case, but anything tied to the title Darkness doesn't usually end well, even if it's with good intentions.
Yeah, that's fair. But our goal is to kind of not dim, I guess. We are kind of, as I said before, we stole a little bit of the light from the fire crystal, which hasn't really changed anything. It hasn't changed anything, actually. But, what's the opposite of taking away, what's the opposite of giving light? You take it away, you're causing darkness. So we kind of called ourselves that as a little funny gag. But I didn't think it would catch on as much as it would.
I mean, that's what happens when you decide to throw a goddamn bazooka at me.
Oh, hang on. Sorry. Okay. And they say, oh yeah, sorry about that. You guys, we did warn you to, not. But I mean, you guys, we had to defend ourselves. I didn't know what you guys were capable of, so we had to retaliate. But I would never kill you or anybody that didn't deserve it. And I know you
I mean,
know.
that's fair.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Nix just kind of shrugs and is like, "Yeah, no, that's fair."
Yeah. Maybe a few nobles, but that's my secret. Oh, do you still hate nobles? I don't know if that's the thing that you, in this version of me, is still a thing. Do you hate nobles too?
What do you think I told? What do you think I told Father that whole spiel about bandits because it was true? Oh, fuck that.
Oh, you sly dog.
When you're on your own for about a year, you learn a trick or two.
No doubt about that. Well,
Did you ever work at the Honeybee Inn when you were in Midgar?
hell no. I did, however, work for the Sky Steel manufactory in Midgard, though.
You lucky bitch. How did you manage to pull that off?
Gun. I'm sure if you tried, you'd be able to get accepted.
I didn't start with machinations until after I left Midgar.
Well, I mean, I guess that's the thing that's different. I built my gun when I was still, on the run. I built mine when I was in Midgar.
I mean, I got my schematics from someone that was a part of an engineering committee in Midgar, but I didn't start developing it until after I left.
Which kind of, I guess, explains why my gun is more, I guess, advanced, because also I did get a little bit of an earlier start.
Bitch, please, I built mine out of a flintlock.
Which is impressive. I don't mean to deny that.
It's had a couple of kinks. When you escaped, when you ran away from the estate, were you on your own, or did you have one of the servants help you?
I was on my own most of the time. When I left, I tried my hardest to not break my legs so that I, may run out, and I succeeded. Only sprained my ankle.
I had one of the servants hide me in one of the supply carriages, and that was heading to Midgar.
Oh, you lucky bastard! I could have used that.
I mean, to be fair, it was one of the servants that were from one of the gypsy clans that roam around Shinra for a bit, but
What's that?
I mean,
I don't believe we have a gypsy clan.
you don't?
No, I don't. No, not that I know of.
So you never had a servant named Bright Eye?
No. If you're talking about, where, is that why you named your gun Bright Eye?
I mean, essentially, yeah. Why'd you name yours Bright Eye?
I thought it was just a cool idea, and one of the people I was working with at the Sky Steel manufactory did kind of recommend it to me.
Huh.
And so I thought it was cool, and I named it that.
What made you want to leave the estate then? If it wasn't... If it... I mean, aside from the obvious, what made you want to... What made you dream of being in the outside world if it wasn't stories from a fellow servant?
I honestly, it's been so long, I can't remember, but I think it was because I was just bored with my life. I mean, being a person who grew up with everything, you kind of lose what it, you don't learn what it means to, appreciate everything. So,
I mean, that's fair.
I think
Was it you or Orion who came first?
it was me. Orion is Orion your big brother?
No, he's my twin.
Oh. Well, I came first. He's not my twin. He doesn't look exactly like me, but I mean, he does resemble me. But the name's all the same.
Apparently.
Well, I don't mean to, keep you any longer than you need to. I'm sure Orion will be here any moment. So, I'll leave you for now. It was nice talking to you, without the guns.
I admit, I still don't really trust you, but
Well, hopefully
I
I
at
can
least
earn your trust.
at least I don't want to shoot your kneecaps off.
Oh, yeah. Is that what you were wanting to do the whole time ever since you saw me?
Oh no, I wanted to shoot you dead, but
Oh.
kneecaps are just something I like to mess around with people who try to piss me off.
You wound me. Well,
Well, that's what happens when you get shot by a bullet.
oh, okay. I see what you did there. Clever. Alright. I shall see you later.
I suppose.
Goodbye. And he kind of... You can see he kind of... His body kind of dissipates. Into black particles. And you're left alone in the room. And with that...
Now feeling very conflicted about the Warriors of Darkness.
And with that, we're going to end our session. This was a little shorty. Sorry, I kind of came in a little late. But yeah, that's a good enough stopping point if I've ever seen one. Thank you all for coming through, and I shall see you... What days do we play again? Wednesday for our other Minecraft Let's Play.
I'm not going to be here on Wednesday, but I will be here next Monday.
Yes. Alright, I'll see you all next time. Bye! Streamers and creepers!